Because like when I went to Europe last year, it was surprisingly easy. Like they know it, I think. I think there's a bigger culture as well.
There's like a knowledge behind it.
Yeah, and then I was just like, okay, it's getting crowded. It's people spread over. Hey, everyone, can you guys come forwards? Boom, everyone just came forward.
Everyone just comes in.
I was like, what? Okay, I don't need to spend like
everyone
5-10 minutes.
Step back.
Yeah.
Your act is just shortened by
Edinburgh. That's the thing. In Edinburgh, when I did the Royal Mile,
yeah,
there's a spot on the Royal Mile where everyone wants to perform, right? Pretty much, when the previous act finished, this was my first time on the Royal Mile, I put my suitcase down. I already had like 30, 40 people standing, but they were so close. I was like, hey guys, I haven't even started. I'm about to do some tricks. Can you guys step backwards? I was like, backwards, move back. I was like, I've never done this before. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
They were so keen before I even like started talking.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, that's so good.
It was amazing.
And so like when you're trying to collect like the donations at the end, this is what I'm so fascinated with because when it comes to like, as a street performer, you're relying on donations essentially, right?
Yeah.
But I don't carry cash around.
Ah.
Do you know what I mean? And
yeah.
so do you think, because how long have you been doing this for?
11 years now.
Okay, so you would have seen some changes then in like 11 years
definitely.
as far as like, because I don't carry cash. I just have my cards.
Yeah.
Right? And I know you can have like the little FPOS machines, which are great, but they're a bit more intensive. You know, it takes more time.
Exactly.
To
That's
get
the
around.
thing. Like for me, I've started using a thing called Busco. It's a thing that set up for street performers. It's pretty much a website where you can register as a street performer and then set up like online donation page.
Right.
So and then you get a QR code. So like on my suitcase, I've got a giant QR code saying online donations, and then when you scan it, it'll go straight to the page where you can pay by credit card or PayPal or FPOS. And I've got something with me actually.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna quickly show you. I've actually got one of these cards that I give out. It's got the QR code on. Yeah, there we go. For the
Scan that
YouTube.
QR code on the.
Yeah. Zoom right and screenshot it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just give them out. People come up and say, "Hey, thanks for the show. I don't have any cash, but I would like to try and donate." I was just like, "Hey, you can do it online." And give them a card, something physical for them to remember as well. And it's got my social media as well.
It's a good idea.
Yeah.
Does it?
I've been trying that recently.
Does it work?
It's been working, yeah, but it's just the way I have to pitch it is difficult because...
Sure.
Yeah.
It's a bit more ASCII, and I feel like with that, you want to eliminate as many barriers to them paying as possible. You know what I mean? And like there's something so much easier about hat, cash,
yeah,
in
exactly.
the hat.
For me, like I hold the hat in one hand, I use the other hand to high-five the kids and shake hands with people.
Totally.
So it's really hard. So if I want to get an FPOS machine, because I can get it from my bank, right? But then that's like... You need two hands for that. You need the machine and your phone.
And plus, people are like, if you're on one half of the circle, and there's people over here ready, they're not going to wait around. Like they
That's
don't,
the thing.
they
I'm
can
like,
just disappear, fade away.
I'm like, I could do the cash donations, and then if people want to pay by FPOS,
you almost
line
need
up
to help
here. That's the thing. Yeah. So my friend, I have a friend called Amon. He's a magician. He performs on Cuba Street quite often.
Who will be coming on the podcast soon.
Yes, Amon is great.
That's next week, actually.
Next week, sweet. That's awesome. All right, cool. He has an FPOS machine, right?
Yeah.
And pretty much he does the tricks. And then like he's got his brother just standing there ready to go with the phone. And then, once he does his routine, he'll be like, hey, would you like to make a donation? And then, he has his phone ready, the brother. And then he'll put in like, $10. And then, boop, scan, done.
His thing is somewhat easier than your thing though, because he's direct one-on-one conversation. So whereas you're with like a group of 30 to 40 people, all like me, it's like I would be reluctant to give my money, and it's like, oh, and I have to wait to give my money.
Yeah, that's the thing. Man. If people want to have to wait, they just go, there's enough people, we'll just move on.
100%, you can fade away.
I've seen it happen quite often.
And so with that, have you seen a decrease in the amount of money that you're taking in as a street performer? Is that like a reality, or? I haven't
really noticed a decrease. I think since coming back here to New Zealand, people have been really generous, like, because of COVID and everything.
Sure.
A lot of people are actually like keen to see shows and support, local artists. So it's been good for now.
Cool.
Yeah. But I have noticed that less people carry cash. More people carry, less cash. So it's like...
Yeah. I mean, I feel for, like, homeless people,
Yeah, exactly.
There's just, like...
Some of them are struggling quite a bit.
100%, like, there's no money going out. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
Not even a matter of, like, share... I mean, Jesus Christ, imagine a homeless person with an FPOS machine. I mean... I mean,
that would be amazing.
Actually,
Actually,
be smart. Actually, like, no, I'm a professional.
Yeah, I mean, like I know someone in Melbourne that was while I was performing in Melbourne, we had one of the homeless guys. His name was James, I think. He actually had a smartphone.
Really?
Yeah, he would watch YouTube and stuff to entertain himself. But
yeah. I mean, I think a lot of the times is I can't really. You know what I really want to do though is I want to have somebody who is homeless on the podcast.
Yeah.
Or someone who has been homeless and just kind of get their perspective on it because. Yeah, we get such a narrow perspective on it looking from the outside.
Yeah.
That's neither here nor there. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. That'll come. Now, as a magician, how much of the tricks that you use are uniquely yours?
Oh, okay. That's difficult. So magic.
Feel free not to answer that if you don't, because magic isn't your main thing, right? It's juggling.
It's one. Yeah, juggling is my main. I guess magic is my second thing. But yeah, the thing with magic is like because you get people who create the tricks many years ago, right? And then that's the base, and then people will learn the tricks, but then as a performer, you will develop it into your own unique routine or put a twist to it, right? So all the tricks, the magic tricks that I do, are definitely something that someone else has created. But then I will take it, and then pretty much with magic, when you learn the routine, you get taught.
Oh, it happened. We knew it was going to happen. Just pull that down, mess around with it. So for people who are just listening, Kozo's mic got hit, and now we're trying to realign it, and it's going to be a real pain in the ass.
That was actually my
maybe even trying
mind powers.
Mind. Yeah, you just did it again, man. Look at that. Okay, you are a magician. I love it. Nice.
It's amazing how we're talking about magic and levitation.
So you take there's just base tricks.
Yeah, so there's the base tricks that pretty much the magicians that create it will sell it, and pretty much
which is what I was going to ask the next question. Right.
So with magic, you're learning, you're buying the secrets.
Right.
You're learning. Sometimes it comes to props, but most of the time you're learning the secrets and the rights to perform it.
Here's an interesting thing. There's a few things I want to unpack there.
Yeah.
Okay. So how much do tricks go for, or magic tricks go for?
Quite expensive, to be honest.
Are they like thousands of dollars?
Yeah, or? some definitely. Yeah, I've seen products that are like $2,000 or $3,000, couple $100 for something as well.
Jesus.
But yeah, it's the thing because like a guy would probably spend years developing and creating a trick, right? Because most of the time with magic, when I find out how it's done, I think, oh wow, this guy's a genius. Like how did he come up with this, right? And then you're paying for the secret. You learn it, and then you're not allowed to give it away, obviously.
Which is my next thing.
Yeah.
So, how's that policed?
Pretty much, the magic community is quite small, and we all kind of know each other. But if someone is out there revealing the tricks, someone will obviously see it and try and stop him or talk to him or whatever. Can you do intellectual property on a magic trick? Yeah. Some people have done it. Yeah.
So you can claim ownership over the trick.
Yeah.
As a performance piece.
Yeah, definitely. They'll do it properly. That's why it's so expensive because it's all registered and stuff. And then some products, secrets you buy, you actually get a little document saying this is the property of this person. You can't do this, or here. You can't perform it on TV or whatever. That's the thing. You can't do most of the tricks. You can't do it on TV because it belongs to that person. Only that person can do it. And
then can they, I guess, take you to court if you do?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like what's interesting is we don't really have that with jokes. You can't really put an IP on a joke.
Yeah, because I guess with stand up and street performing, because we use jokes as well, and then. I don't know if you guys have it in stand-up, but in street performing, we have a thing called a stock line. Basically, it's like a line that a street performer came up with many years ago, probably in the 80s or 90s. And then back then, it'll be his original joke. And then probably someone else will see it go, oh, that's genius. I'm going to start using that. And then that performer starts using it. And then a new person sees that person. And then it kind of just carries on. And then years later, newer performers are using those lines that someone one of our old school performers came up with years ago. It's called a stock line.
So it's like stock, just commonplace.
Stock.
Everyone kind of uses
it. Yeah.
Got you.
Again, with us street performers, when we take a stock line, we will develop it into our own. So we take the joke and then we'll change either the wording or the tagline or we'll add to it. So try and make it your own. Yeah.
Yours again.
So it's not exactly the same as, what other people are saying.
I'm really fascinated in the marketplace.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So are there people who are, I guess, like career magicians who are just creating tricks and selling them?
Yeah, I know there's some magicians that only create tricks and don't really perform much. They're more of a creator. And then some people will create and perform the tricks.
Interesting. Okay.
And some people don't create, like me. I'm not creative, so I don't make my own tricks.
Have you ever tried?
I have, yeah. There's few ideas, but then like it's just coming up with how to make it work. It's just the difficult part,
Right.
Yeah.
Do you feel like the magic is more of sleight of hand, or is it more of like a science-based thing?
Science?
You reckon it's science?
No, I was just interested.
Well, yeah, because like I feel like certain things use like chemicals that they can use.
Oh,
flash,
yeah, true.
Magnets.
Yeah.
Like a lot of, because apparently there's that saying, anything that we like, things that we don't understand, what we call magic is actually technology that we just don't understand yet. You know what I mean? Like if we showed somebody, if I could went back 200 years ago and I could call my mom from the States, thousands of miles away, and talk to her, it'd be beyond human comprehension. Yeah. Which to them would be perceived as magic. Do you know what I mean? So it's just science that's unexplainable currently. Yeah. And that's where people are like, I can't even rationalize this or wrap my head around it. It's magic. You know what I mean? So do you think within I guess the magic scene, is it sleight of hand? Is it using a bit of science?
Well, sleight of hand's definitely one of the longest magic things, but probably more common as well. But then recently there has been a lot of technology involved as well. Yeah.
I bet.
Yeah. And science, flash paper.
Hey, if you enjoyed that, make sure you hit that subscribe button on the left-hand side. And to watch other episodes, click one of those squares on the right. If you only want to listen to this and don't have time to watch the full video, you can find this podcast wherever podcasts are listened to online. Thanks. Bye. Hey, if you enjoyed that, make sure you hit that subscribe button on the left-hand side. And to watch other episodes, click one of those squares on the right. If you only want to listen to this and don't have time to watch the full video, you can find this podcast wherever podcasts are listened to online. Thanks. Bye.